All right, I hate asking for help. I'm not asking for any handouts, but I'm a small business owner that is directly being affected by the 104% tariff that has been put on China. I import alloy wheels for cars, and I do somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 15 containers a year, which is a small business in regards to this industry. At 104%, I am absolutely going to implode and will not last 6 months. So with that said, I'm asking, is there anybody out there that has connections with manufacturing facilities, specifically alloy wheels, either in the United States or outside in these lesser tariffed countries like Mexico, Indonesia, Thailand, India? I need to find another source. I've emailed a lot of these companies and cannot get a response. And I just don't know if it's because I'm a small business or what exactly it is. So if anybody's out there that can help or shed some light, maybe provide some information that would be helpful, I would really greatly appreciate it, because if not, it's just a small business here that's going to go under, and I'll be back to digging ditches again, which I'm not scared to do, but it's a little harder to do with a wife, 2 kids, and at 45 years old. So let me know if you guys have any suggestions. It's very much appreciated. Thank you.
Golly, he's getting cooked in the comments. He said he wouldn't do this. Enjoy what you voted for. Oh my God, now you're seeing the consequences of your actions. With all due respect, this is exactly what you voted for. You probably thought it wouldn't impact you, but here we are. So elections do have consequences. Best of luck, man. No one's holding back. I love this for you. People are ruthless. Look at how many people even like that.
I love this. Nice. I love this for you. I love to see you fail. I love to see your family be affected and hurt because you voted for Trump. Yeah, I voted for Trump. Absolutely. Did I know he was going to increase the tariffs? Yes, I did.
I beg your pardon?
However, I thought that the infrastructure would be set up prior for small business to come back to America and manufacture in America. So to wish ill on someone and to love the fact that they're suffering, to love the fact that their family is being negatively affected because I didn't vote the same way that you did is fucked up.
The more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
Elections have consequences. Enjoy yours. Bro still has Fox News in the background. He's still getting misinformed. Oh my God.
I voted for Trump 2 times. And I probably will vote for him a 3rd time. I will vote for him a 3rd time.
You need to leave.
Now the next few videos we're going to be watching, I don't know if they are or aren't Trump voters, but they are suffering from the tariffs that he's imposing. So let's keep that in mind.
So Trump just destroyed my business, my small business. Trump announced his massive tax plan on items coming from other countries. He says that the countries are going to pay that. That's false. It's the person bringing it in. And I own a small business. I've been in operation since 2018. I've been incredibly successful, basically doubling my business every single year.
That's good.
And it's not a product that can be made here in the United States. But I've had a lot of people say, well, what about the tariffs before? Yeah, I didn't have any. That was 0% tariffs for me, 0% tax. He added 10% in February. Then he added another 10% in March. And then yesterday, he just announced an additional 34% on top of that. So for all products coming in from China, that is now 54%. So most retail goods, stores, products, there's about a 30 to 40% profit margin, okay? Profit margin. That profit margin, a lot of the times, that's not even a living wage, okay? But that 30 to 40% is how the people that own that business are able to live. And then there's still other expenses on top of that. 54% tax is more than the profit that most retailers or business owners would make. Well, a 54% tax. And I'm just paying that money straight to Trump.
Someone said here he doesn't care about small business owners. Oof, that's rough. The big brands can absorb the tariffs because they are paying almost nothing and sell them high in the US, while the mom and pop small businesses who have low profit margins will run out of business soon. That's what it's looking like, and some people might end up getting liquidated sooner than you think. Trump is purposely destroying America. Let me know what y'all think. Is he actually doing that?
Well, no fucking shit.
These tariffs that are happening right now, and the tariffs that are on Chinese goods, is absolutely gonna cripple our business. I run an e-commerce brand called Canyon Pickleball. We sell pickleball paddles, and we have tried to have our paddles made here in the United States, but the costs have been just too high. So we do manufacture in China, and it's really hard because we don't really know what that's going to look like for us now with these tariffs, right? The volatility of how the tariffs have increased, it's at 125% now for China, and so we have a shipment of inventory that's being completed right now, and our manufacturer just messaged us and was like, you know, what do you guys want to do? Because we have a lot of clients that are deciding not to move forward with their inventory orders because of the tariffs. And we are at a point where we have to continue this order because we need to sell these paddles. And it's just absolutely crippling for a business like ours because we're a small business. We're trying to get going. We're trying to ramp up. We want to do right. We want to produce here in the United States. The infrastructure is just not there for us to do it here. The price is just absorbently high. I don't even know if that was the right word. I probably said that wrong. But the prices are just too high. So we can't do it. And so quite frankly, I don't really know what we're going to do. I also just how are we supposed to plan our lives with our inventory and when we're purchasing? Because if the tariffs just go up and down and up and down, we can't budget accordingly because we don't know how much we're going to need to spend for the inventory and for the tariff once it gets to custom.
Rough, man.
Just sucks, man.
Someone said here, I thought China was paying for the tariffs. I mean, I already made a video about people who didn't understand how tariffs worked. So now they're starting to see exactly how the math is mathing. The crying of companies that can't survive without Chinese goods means that they're in the wrong business. Not necessarily, because every brand that you know out there is literally sourcing it from China. If you can get it for cheap and they can produce it at a mass quantity, why would you not take advantage of that? Just people just don't understand business. Before I can have empathy, I want to ask you a question. Who did you vote for? That is a good question because we don't know where people stand. Most people don't know if they should give empathy or, sizzle them in the grill, if you know what I'm talking about. Someone said, sounds like your business depends on slave labor. It has no reason to exist. If your business can only survive with cheap labor, it wasn't a good business. Why is everyone saying this? Oh my God. Y'all be buying Nike and Adidas products and other luxury brands and don't even know where it's being sourced from. But low-key, they're actually buying it from China as well. So you're also implicit in this as well. I think your president is your biggest enemy. Hey, dang. I guess we're not gonna get any empathy from the comments.
I'm shutting down international shipping for my brand due to U.S. tariff fees. I got a message from a customer who wasn't able to accept her order because she was being charged $115 in import fees. So yesterday I got hit with a notice saying a package I sent out to an influencer in Canada had $253 in import fees that had to be paid before delivery. As a small brand, I'm trying to navigate all of this, but these surprise fees are getting wild. It's frustrating for customers and honestly it's hurting my business too. If you've gone through this, either as a customer or a small business owner, please let me know how you're handling it.
Bro, if I get a charge for $250 on some pants that maybe I spent like $50 on, bro, you better give me my refund expeditiously.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Donald Trump wants you back in corporate jobs and big chain companies, not you making money on your own, because these tariffs can only be absorbed by big chains. He knows what he's doing. Get everyone back into the slave ship.
Drive them niggas. Get that gun.
Someone said, who did you vote for? Swear to God, everyone wants to know who did people vote for in these videos. And I can tell you the truth, no one's gonna say anything because people are gonna be killing your business. I think it's just gonna ruin your business. So I can see why people are just gonna go right into there.
So you'd rather pay more for a product made in America. Okay, so you need some silverware. $10.97 for a 49-piece flatware set from Walmart. That's serviced for $8, and it comes with a little tray organizer, right? Super value, but this is what a lot of people can afford. But we're Americans, so we're going to come over to Liberty Tabletop, a 24-piece basic set that serves 8. So same amount of serving, but half the pieces because you only get the one size of the fork and spoon, right? Regularly $225 on sale for $136.
Oh, hell no.
Wow. Ah, man, it's just so easy to buy American, right? Oh, but you need a new bed frame. Okay, I got you. Here we go. This one's pretty cool. It's got some LEDs and stuff. $205 for a queen size bed frame.
Okay.
But we're American, right? So we're going to buy 100% American. Here's a simple Amish built solid wood bed. The other one was $200. This one on sale for $1,400, regularly $2,100. Just pay more and buy American, right? There are countless examples of this. The idea of just pay more and buy American is such an insanely privileged thing to say. If you have the money to purchase those things, you likely already are. But it's a decision that you're making, that you're budgeting for. Now, let's see if you notice the next point I'm going to talk about. You could double the prices of those cheaper products, and it is still significantly cheaper than the American-made product.
Wow.
This is why people are saying this is the largest tax increase ever. Because even if they double the price of those products, you're still going to buy those products if that's all you can afford. Hey, that silverware set you were about to buy, now it's $20. Okay, well, I still can't afford the $200 set, so I guess I just have to pay $20 for it now. That's why this idea that they're just going to bring manufacturing back to America. We don't pay people enough in America to support 100% American businesses. You get mad at the guy working at McDonald's because he wants $15 an hour, but then you're mad that he doesn't want to buy the $200 flatware set. The system is broken from the ground up. We don't pay people living wages, let alone thriving wages that allow them the luxury to purchase and support American companies.
And ain't nobody paying $1,400 for that type of bed. I'm sorry, bruh. What? Are we in the 90s? What the? Bruh. Plus, even made in America isn't made in America 100% because so many supply chains items like plastic wrap, pallets, styrofoam, cardboard boxes are imported. And they'll probably come from China. I sold tools at one point. People often said they wanted the American product until they saw the price. They voted with their wallets and bought imports more often than not. You ain't paying no $200-300 for no silverware set to just eat food. You want to be able to budget, so it doesn't make any sense if you want to buy made America products.
I feel like the past 24 hours has just been a complete nightmare. 104% on imports coming from China. 104%. And that means my small business that I put everything into is fucking done. I quit my corporate job about a year and a half ago to chase my dreams. I designed and launched a kids fitness brand and it was going great. I paid fair wages. I built relationships. And then overnight, the cost just more than doubled. My margins were gone. You know, my business doesn't pay for a yacht or a private jet. It pays for our daughter's swim classes. It covers groceries. It helps with babysitters for date nights. This isn't just numbers on a policy sheet. It's real people, real jobs, real families. And now I'm back at square one. So wish me luck.
That's sad to see. Someone said here, Trump is making China great again. I swear these comments always be killing me. But Maga thinks tariffs don't hurt Americans. I guess they're gonna learn today. Oh no, earth-shattering news. Take a ticket, get in line because line stretches around the corner.
You're a demon.
This is someone's livelihood. And honestly, guys, if you were in the opposite shoe as well, and this was your business, you'd be sad as well. You know, it's sad, especially for the people who didn't vote for Trump and now have to suffer for this. And then someone comes in and says this: if your business can be taken by 1 week of tariffs, you didn't have a business. This is an out because you were running it poorly. Did you see how the tariffs were changing week by week? Let's actually put it into perspective because I don't think people understand how this is working.
I want to share with you guys a real life example of how these tariffs are going to fuck over the average small to mid-sized company in the US. Just for context, I work at a company that imports product from China and we do roughly around $25 to $30 million of revenue per year. If nothing changes and the tariff we've placed on China remains at 54%, very, very likely I will lose my job at the end of the year. But let me walk you through some numbers and show you guys the impact that these tariffs are having. In 2024, the average value of product that we imported from China in one container was roughly $50,000. Now our tariff rate is 3.6%. So for every container we imported from China, we roughly paid $1,800 per container. We have 5,000 units per container, so for every unit that we ship, we paid 36 cents in customs fee per unit. Now, after Trump got elected, he announced an additional 20% tariff on top of the 3.6% tariff we were already paying. So the customs fee we paid to the government jumped from $1,800 per container to $11,800 per container. And the customs fee per unit we paid increased $2. Now, yesterday, Trump announced an additional 34% tariff on top of the 20% tariff, on top of the 2.3% tariff that we paid. Now, all Chinese products for the type of product that our company is selling, we will be paying 57% in tariffs. So just in a span of a couple of months, we jumped from paying $1,800 per container to almost $30,000. Our company imports roughly around 300 containers per year. So with these tariffs that Trump is implementing, we are going to pay an extra $9 million in tariffs alone. Remember when I said that our company does roughly $20 to $30 million of sales per year? Well, now 1/3 to a half of our sales that we generate is going to go to paying tariffs. That is, unless if we raise prices, which is what our company is about to do. However, when you raise prices, less consumers are going to buy. That's naturally what happens. These tariffs that Trump implemented are not sustainable, and if he does keep them on, they're absolutely going to fuck over small to medium-sized companies.
Things are just changing week by week, so you can't really even predict or even budget for it. Someone said, but you voted for him saying he would be good for the economy. Thoughts and tariffs. Everyone's out to get them. But you can see a lot of small businesses in America really depend on China and its manufacturing in order to keep afloat. So that says a lot. Like I said, let me know what your thoughts are down below. If this is your first time to the channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And by the way, I did make another video of Maga voters who were really crying about what was going on. So make sure you check it out over here. Anyway, I'll see you guys when I see you. Peace.